people watching YouTube. We are back with another series in the farm supplies. And today we're continuing to make the plan for our farm. So, as you can see, I can show you a bit what we did last time. We started this. So we have now section 2. Whoa! First of all, that's not start, so we have an error. Let's see. Okay. And by the way, that's a very interesting error because the point is that all your entries must be always, let's say, initialized. So let's dive into it. Let me just make it bigger for you. So, the problem is that we don't have this initial state. Oh, simply because we are too fast. So the drone is so fast that it goes around at the first try and cannot find the appropriate X and Y. So what we can do is we can do following. We'll make a the following. We go here and we can actually fix it with one if clause. Again, as usual, we change the language. That's how we start the series over here. And we just can make another if. And in this if, we just compare that max energy is greater than 0. Like this. And for the rest, we can simply just do this, and this. So we will circle around each time until we can find the correct entry. So let's now test the farm. Perfect. So as you can see, we are actually running on the good pace with energy, like here above. So you can see even though it constantly goes down, it still grows at some point. So we have kind of enough to get it. So let's focus on the next question. What would be our new unlock for this episode? So let's see. Unlock 3. And we have, first of all, we have the grass yield. That would be nice to unlock. We have, we can actually unlock this. That's interesting. So this allows us to calculate how much we need for each plant to be seeded, but for now it's not that important. So let's do this. So costs are basically what we need to have it, to have the correct amount of, well, of the, how should I say it, correct amount of entities to plant other entities, which makes sense. So as you can see, we have a small problem that our major drone is doing too much. So let's a bit adapt our farm, and let's say we can go with area for like 5, and I would say 5. That should be way better. So let's test it out. 1, 2, 3. This is a bit strange, but okay. So let's. I'm actually interested. Oh, so it never gets taken because there's always something which is a bit more. So what's interesting at this point is that I guess if we reduce the energy part, we could actually have even more energy. So we need to think also about the fact that the small drone which actually harvests the energy, it's also a bit consuming the same energy. So therefore, it's making no sense to make it as big. So let's get back to our oak tree. What do we have? We have the pumpkins, we have carrots and water, and we also need some of the cacti. And by the way, if I'm not mistaken, sunflowers also cost something. Oh, they cost a carrot, which is interesting. Okay, for now, let's do the following. For now, we can see that we have, first of all, the unlock for new drones. So we can actually run some mazes to have even more drones. That's always nice. So let's close this all down. Let's harvest up. Perfect. And now we can just start the drone. Okay, this is done. Thank you. And let's start the meat server. So the meat server actually is quite nice, as I can see. So it does its job as it should. So if we now get 8,000, we can already upgrade the mazes and see how much will we get afterwards. There we go, that's nice. Let me just zoom it out so you can see a better view. And yeah, the next idea I have is to also have the, let's see, energy field incorporated into mazes. Because if we have a drone constantly supplying us with the energy, then we can basically wait until we get all we need. So let's see how long it would take to get this 8,000. There we go. That's totally nice. So let's see. By the way, if you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe and to leave a like and a comment. Also, feel free to ask any questions on the game, because even though it's like my first playthrough, I always try to incorporate my own skills into it, since most of this game is also what I do for a living. So let's see how it helps us out. So we have 8,000, and I guess we can already have 4 drones, which is awesome. And the next thing we will need is cacti, because we need more gold, and for the gold we need better meters and better things. So let's see. Let us see real quick. By the way, I guess we ran out of the substance, but not yet. Okay. So let's begin. We will get a last thing. Yeah, let's just get our soul. Thank you. So now we want some cacti. What do we need for a cacti? Let's see. Let's take a new file. As usual, we call it Give Me Cacti. And we will not yet incorporate it in our farm plan for now. But we can already check what we need. So, give me cacti. And let's just see how can we go with it. So let's complete this. Let's prepare ground, and let's see. Well, hay isn't the best option here because we don't need to plant it. So let's take carrots, for example. Although it's also overcomplicated. So what can we have? We can have this. Perfect. Although this is also meh. Do I have any easy things to have? Here we go. Thank you. Copy. And now we go and paste it here and try to change this to cacti. So let's do this, and write cactus here, and even though it says a pumpkin field, I just don't remember what do we need for a cactus. So let's try it out. I guess it will give us an error. but doesn't seem so. And I guess we need to read about it. I doubt we have ever planted a cacti. So let's see. Let's make it bigger. Thank you. There we go. So our cacti. Here we go. So various sizes, straight. Oh my goodness, I remember this. By the way, why it's not doing it anymore? Never mind. Let's think about it. So, wait, I wonder why it's not the super weird, but okay, never mind. So first of all, the let's see. Oh, this is the sorting part. Yeah, this is interesting. This will be very interesting. So first of all, why doesn't it plant? Of course, because it needs the pumpkins. So while we are trying to get the idea behind the cacti, I need to think how do we want to sort them. So let's see. Make it bigger while we're thinking about it. So this is a main page, and we can just leave the rest to it. So I just have some epic pumpkin harvest, although it's not Halloween, but still fun. So let's see, what do we need? If you harvest all for your own unsorted order, then you get them all. If only both cacti to the north and east are fully grown and larger. Okay. Now, so you have us n times 2. Okay. But if I read it correctly, the idea here is that I don't need a field for cacti more than, let's say, 3 times 3 per start, right? So, first things first, we make a field. Instead of pumpkin, we have cacti. Cacti. Why do I write in caps? Cacti. And this will be 3 for the start. So we have it 3. We will of course later on rework it to have it like same as in the farm plan, to have it as a function. But for now I just want to get the idea. So wow, true. We don't need a while true for now. Let's remove it. Let's go here. Go to start epic. So prepare this, 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 and this. So first things first, we want to do it like this. So this thing should only plant us 3 times 3, how should I call it? 3 times 3 field of cacti. So let's pause our massive income of pumpkins for a while. Let's harvest them all. Thank you. And I guess let's quickly do 1 maze real quick. Just to unset the page. Thank you. And harvest. There we go. That's the easiest way to unset the field. So let's start here. So pumpkin tree, yeah, right, of course. So I need this copy, this, let's see, here, paste, a bit too much, but nevertheless, and here too. Here we go. And also, of course, I need to change it over here. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Thank you. Now it should give me 3 times 3 square. Perfect. Now, the next thing we need to do is to have it sorted. So, how should I go with it? So, there is always a bubble sort. For those who don't know, bubble sort is when you have the lightest element going on top and the heaviest going to the bottom. So the question is, how do we do it in the 2-dimensional array? Let's think. So, how do we have it? I think we can pick. So let me have a check. And let's think. So, the cacti is that everything on the left and on the north is larger and everything is on the right and below are okay. So let's begin the sorting. Needs. Not like if it needs, so sorting thing. Like how long of recording? 25 minutes. Let's begin this and continue tomorrow. And tomorrow we'll finish it. So, sorting done equals false. Done. Now we need again this field. Look at this. However, we need to do it only one way. So how do we do it? We do it like copy this again, this delete, this here. So first is the horizontal like here. So let's delete this and rewrite